Hey guys, how's it going? It's Parker coming at you with another video. Today I took a couple pictures and we're going to take a look at my home office. If you take a look at the right, you can see I have a 27-inch iMac, which comes with 8 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'd like to say I gotta upgrade both of those, as not only are they out of date, but so is the iMac itself, as it's a 2013 model and is definitely long in the tooth. I have a secondary monitor hooked up, and I can also use the gray monitor off to the left if I want. I'm using a Magic Keyboard and a Magic Touchpad with it, and I really like those. They're very nice. I also have a Kangaroo hard drive reader, so I can pull hard drives from customer computers and recover the data if needed. I'm also running a Windows PC off to the left, which has a 300 gigabyte SSD, 8 gigs of RAM, and is mainly used for doing schoolwork, programming, and things of that nature. I have a Synology NAS box with 12 terabytes of storage. It has encrypted cloud backups that run to Amazon Glacier, so before anyone sees them, they're encrypted and it's unreadable. I have a 16-port switch available for all my computers or anything I want to do, and I'm running a KVM between my Windows PC and my server, which is running Windows Server 2016. Acts as my domain server, is a Pixie boot server for running installs of Windows 7, 10, and other operating systems. I have a few virtual machines hooked up to it, and it's accessible from anywhere. I also have an UPS backing up all my power needs, so in case anything goes out, I still have power and can gracefully power everything down. That is the main office, and I'll come back with more in a little bit. Okay guys, I'm back with a better look at the racks, and you're seeing up top I have a power conditioner which is hooked up to my UPS and provides clean power to anything I want to connect to it. I'm also running power strips off to the side, but those are plugged into the wall and don't need to be backed up, like for monitors and things of that nature. I'm also running my 16-port switch as stated, and below that I have my server. My server is my domain administrator. It does all my logins and whatnot. It's also my Pixie boot server, so I can connect computers up in F12 and install operating systems such as Windows 7 and 10 in different flavors. I'm also running a couple virtual machines on it and like to install Ubuntu or different things and just install it, play around with it, and get rid of it later. It's also available and accessible from anywhere. Below that I have my Windows box, which is set up in the rack. Down in the middle you see, and that's where I run all my programming and things of that nature from in schoolwork. Below that at the bottom I have my Synology NAS box with 12 terabytes of storage and my UPS at the very bottom. So that is my server racks, and that's how they were configured. Stay tuned for more. Okay guys, we're back and we're looking at my customer work center, and I have a rack of itself for that so I can move it around as needed. Up top I have an 8-port Chinese model KVM. It's a cheapo, but it works great. The second I got it, the 7th port, the button broke off, but it doesn't matter. I have another button up top and I can put my finger in there or a pen and press the button and still get it, so that's not a worry. I have a 16-port switch, again as stated before, a second 16-port switch for customers, so I can technically have 16 computers on a network at once downloading and doing work. Below that I have an 8-port power strip that provides clean power for all the computers. So in theory I can run 8 computers connected to the one keyboard, monitor, and mouse, all of them online, all of them simultaneously working. I've actually done it. As you see those computers off to the right, I was able to install all of them at the same time, just doing one, then moving on to the next. But I had them all configured and hooked up simultaneously, so that's not a problem. Off to the side, I have that power strip, and that is also hooked up to power on the UPS. I have a second UPS behind the printer that provides clean power to everyone. In case of a power outage, I have time to gracefully shut down customer computers. As you can see, all of my desks are stand-up desks that I always stand up when I work, so that gives me the best option. And that is my customer work center. Stay tuned for the mini office. Okay guys, we're finally taking a look at the last part, or what I like to call my mini office. but it's technically the biggest part currently going. I have a 2013 MacBook Pro with 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gigabyte SSD installed, which is totally maxed out. I have 2 external monitors that are totally dedicated and provide full-time support for that. And I can also plug in my iPad, which will become a 4th monitor, and can also be plugged in downstairs to my iMac as well. So I forgot to mention that before, but I can in theory have 4 active monitors working at the same time. I have the second mini Magic Keyboard there that I use for my iPad, and I also have a Magic Mouse that I use for the iPad as well. And I also have some lighting system for my studio. I have my phone set up in a picture to show how I have my Apogee Hype Mic configured. I have a desk arm that I can move around, which makes it very easy and useful, to tell you the truth. And off to the left in the bottom, I have a DJI gimbal. I have my Shure MV88 Plus kit hooked up to it, and I have a third external light. So I have a cool mobile setup going, plus I have a nice sturdy platform for indoor video production. I'm very pleased with it, and I hope you guys like it. Stay tuned for more.